Welcome once again to my YouTube channel on data analysis and research. Today we want to create a regression graph. So this is how we want to make our graph look like. So we'll be doing this using GraphPad Prism version 8. So how do you create a regression graph to look at like this? So let's go to GraphPad Prism so that I'll show you how to do this. So this is our data. So as you can see, we have the right femoral width, so RFW, and we have height. So take note here, unlike coloration where it doesn't matter the axis, you can change the axis and your results will still be the same. For regression, it is important to take note that the independent variable is normally put on the x-axis, while the dependent variable, which is height, is normally placed on the y-axis. So if you interchange them, your results will also be different. So how do you create a plot of regression using GraphPad Prism? So you can go here, analysis, and select linear regression, or you can just select linear regression using the icon here. But let's use the analysis mode. So here you look for a simple linear regression. So we select it. So we want to show the 95% confidence interval of the regression line. So we select that. Aside that, we do not need to select any other format. So this will do. So go to OK. So this is the outcome or the output of the regression analysis. So you can see your slope here. So your slope, your y-axis, x-axis, and all. But what we are interested in for this analysis is the r-squared value. We need this r-squared value, and we also need a p-value, so which shows whether the relationship is significant. So we need a p-value, and we also need a regression equation. One other resource we need is a coloration, but which is not here, so we have to perform that one too. So go to analysis, go to coloration, then click OK. So it depends. So depending on the distribution of your data, whether you are using a parametric or non-parametric method. So here for parametric, we are using Pearson. If it's non-parametric data, you have to use PMR. So we are going with the Pearson because the data is normally distributed. So you can see our coloration value, so 0.515. So the R square is the same as the R square we had in the regression analysis. Then our p-value too is the same. So now we have our results. So we can note them down for ease of reference. So if you note your R value down, your R squared too, you can note it down. So to 0.265, and then your p-value is less than 0.01. So now let's go and format the graph. So initially this is what you will get. This is the graph that you'll be given. So we have to proceed to format it. So as I said, you see that the dependent variable, which is height, is on the y-axis, and the independent is on the x-axis. If you change the positions, your coloration results will not change, but your regression equation will change, and the interpretation will also change. So let's format it to look at what I showed earlier. So go to the axis, then we want to make it wide, so it's already wide. Then we want to offset the x from the y-axis. So let's look at how it will appear. So this is how it's showing. So you can see this is our scatter plot here, the distribution of data. So this is the best line of fit, the thick line, and you can see there's an upper and lower thin line. That is the 95% confidence interval. So proceed to format all. So let's put in our value. So you delete the title of the plot, and then you select, you right click and select insert text. So insert text, you put your array value, that's the correlation value, which is 0.515. So command our r square, that's the coefficient of determination. You put the value, which is 0.265, and then our p value is 0.001. So this is how you put in the data. So we can make it bold. You select and then click on bold. So you make it bold. You can increase the font size to 14 and do same for all the other axes. So we can increase all to 14 to make it clearer. So the x-axis will be increased to 14. Okay. So I think everything is here to 14. Everything is uniform now. So now we have to reposition this. So you highlight it using the up, left, down, and then right keys. You move it to where you want it to position. So normally this position is fine. So that is it. So now how do we insert our regression equation? So you go to the results here. So you scroll down. This is our equation. So you highlight it, then you copy and come to your graph. So where do you insert it? Usually it's appropriate to place it just above the x-axis. That is your regression equation. So we paste it there, and then using the right and left key and the up and down, you also position it well. So you can bring it this way. Then, okay. So you can also make it bold. So that's your regression equation here. So that is it. So this is how you create a regression graph using GraphPad Prism. So now let's come here. So this is it. So here the equation was not there, but in the analysis I've added the equation. So it means that the relationship between these two variables, the right femoral width and height, is significant. And this is the interpretation. So the R value talks about the linear relationship, and usually values above 5 is the range is between 0 and 1. So with 0.51 is significant, and the R square, which we can further format to make it, so we make it R square. So that's the coefficient of determination. It tells you the variability in height that is accounted for by the right femoral width. So in percentage terms, the right femoral width accounts for about 27% of the variability in height. So for the height of an individual, about 27% is due to or is accounted for by the right femoral width. So the remainder, the 70 something percent, is accounted for by other factors. So also it's in the range of 0 to 1 or 0 to 100. So the larger the value, the better the relationship, or the better the prediction accuracy of that variable for height. So you can see our p-value here. So that is it. Basically, this is how you create regression graph using GraphPad Prism. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel to your friends and colleagues who are interested in research and data analysis. So see you later for more videos. Thank you.